All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Hudson Public Utilities Commission meeting. Today is Tuesday, March 12th. We are going to start with a roll call. Kip?
All right, sounds good. So Andy Hassan,
Here.
Carrie Rice,
Here.
Joyce Hall,
Here.
Susie Corum, Pat Nolan,
Here.
Dave Preitzel, and Scott Snyder.
Here.
Okay, so we do have a quorum.
Excellent. Next, let's move on. Approval of meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
Got a second?
I'll second.
Very much, Carrie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Andy, I was absent, so I'll abstain.
Thank you, sir. All right. New business. Action and discussion on wastewater service agreement with the Village of North Hudson. Kip?
Okay, so in your packet, you have the agreement. You've got my issue sheet, and basically on September 13, 2021, the City of Hudson and the Village of North Hudson entered into a wastewater service agreement. This agreement set forth terms and conditions upon which the city would provide potable retail water supply services to water customers in the village and accept the regulatory, operation, maintenance, and repair responsibilities for the village's potable water system. Section 14.2 of the Water Service Agreement term. This water agreement shall extend from the effective date through December 31st, 2024. The water agreement may be extended for further subsequent 3-year terms upon the written consent of both parties. If not extended by the written consent of both parties, this water agreement shall terminate at the end of the term. So I put this on just so everybody's aware that at the end of this year, that water service agreement does terminate. If we want to have some discussion on this, I'm comfortable having very high level discussion. We do not want to get into anything that we might want to be discussing possibly in closed session at a later date. So because this is a water service agreement. So basically I just put it in front of you guys so you can see it again. It has been 3 years since, or almost 3 years since this was signed. And I guess I'm just kind of looking for, what do you wish? What are your wishes? Do you want to go through this, in closed session? Do you want to continue with this? Do you want to talk about it next month? I guess I'm just kind of looking for direction on what we want to do on this water service agreement.
Well, I can start. I would like to go into closed session on our next meeting and discuss it a little bit further, and get a little more granular on everything that's in here. Just so the group is aware, there was a lot of time and effort, and money that went into putting this thing together as well. So I think it would be wise of us to really kind of re-examine it and go over it as a group. Since this agreement came about, we've added, Carrie to the group, as far as like Hudson residents, and it'd be nice to get her up to speed and kind of go through all of this. So that's kind of my 2 cents. So Kip, just so we're clear though, so are we looking to, I know that there's been some back and forth on this, and there was, it sounds, Scott just mentioned before we started here that there are some questions that you answered earlier. Do you care to go into those questions now, or is that something we'd probably talk about in closed session as well?
No, I mean, we can talk about it. We are in discussions with the village again, on not only the water service agreement, but also the wastewater contracts that we have with them. So we are in discussion with them right now. It's going well, I will say that. So I guess that's really all I want to say at this point. But we are in discussion with them. Their new administrator up there, Gina, is very, very responsive to emails and different things that we have. She's asking very good questions and things like that. So we are working through some of it. And we can always discuss, since it is a contract and it is a negotiation. I don't want to get into what we're discussing and things of that nature, but we can always talk about that in a closed session. So,
Okay, Andrew, if I could, Andrew, I'd just pile on a little bit to what Kip has said, being part of some of those discussions, that I would say that Kip has accurately described that. They're going well. It's looking towards an end game. I don't see any huge stumbling blocks. I don't speak for the board. I'm just a rep here, bringing feedback back to the board, but have been participating in some of the smaller committee assignments and some of the committee discussions. But Kip has accurately described it as going well, and look forward to bringing it to resolution with bodies possibly coming to an agreement. So,
Great.
yeah, I would just second the spirit of Kip's description.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Did anybody else have any questions about this right now?
Just one, on the agenda, it says action and discussion. Is there action needed today, or can it be deferred to next month?
No.
Yeah, you can always defer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that then.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay, so we'll
Kip,
just defer, we'll defer
Yes.
that to April on a closed session. Okay,
yes, please.
perfect.
And then, Carrie, just to respond to that, well, you were on, I think, before we got started in recording. The village board has been moved up because of the election. The April board is moved up to March 26th, I believe. And they'll be taking some sort of action that night, is what I'm told. So, yeah, just I share that just as an FYI
Sure, thank you.
for the group.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. Okay, so we'll move on from this. Thanks for sharing that, Kip and Scott. Appreciate the transparency about that. Glad the conversations are going well. Definitely going to be mutually beneficial for both parties to get this thing resolved and moved on. Moving on to number 4, project updates, project status report.
Again, it's about the same as it has been for the last couple of months.
Okay.
Just a couple updates on the percentage hasn't moved. But I did meet on that wastewater facility plan. To take a look at the citywide plan that we contracted with SEH. I did have a meeting with them again last week, and it was a good meeting. They had a bunch of information for me and kind of what I was looking for and things like that. So we kind of just wanted to all stay on the same page moving forward. So that was the point of the meeting, I guess, just to kind of set everything up and see where we're going to go with this. We are still hoping to have the final report by sometime in October, early November, somewhere in there. So we'll look forward to that. The Green Street and 11th Street. The Green Street is actually scheduled for this year. So I do have some work that we are going to be doing on there. Just a couple minor repairs before they get in there this spring on Green Street. The 11th Street isn't scheduled until 2025, but we're currently working on water and sewer issues that we have there. The Lake Malibu water main crossing and the North Street water and sewer main upgrade projects. Those I have pre-con meeting set for tomorrow. So we will be doing a pre-con on that tomorrow with the contractor and the engineers involved. So we will be getting more of a concrete schedule and things like that. And also after that meeting, let me just see here. So that is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then on March 20th at 5 o'clock at the service center, we will be having a North Street Lake Malibu project public meeting. Basically, we're just setting it up. I will have an engineer from SEH there, one from Cedar, myself will be there. Just if any of the public want to come to, view the plans, see what we're actually going to be doing up there. We did send letters out to all the residents that will be affected by the project a couple weeks ago. So they're well aware of it, but that meeting is, again, just for record, it is March 20th, 5 p.m. at at the Hudson Utility Service Center, 1201 Livingston Road in Hudson. So everybody's welcome to attend that. Like I said, it is an open meeting. The public can come ask questions, see what we're actually going to be doing in front of their house and kind of a time schedule. So
Hey, Kip,
that's
question on
pretty
the,
much my updates.
hey,
Yeah,
Kip, a question on the pre-con.
Sure.
Is that open to any of the commission members if they want to show up?
well, if you want, we can. Any commission members can show up, but we have to be careful because if we have a quorum, we can't.
Oh, yeah. Not to discuss
we
anything,
still
just
got to follow. We still got to follow quorum rules. I mean, Scott, you're more than welcome to come if nobody else is going to be there. But as soon as we
Yeah.
if 4 of them would show up, I don't know. Is anybody interested in it?
I'm
I'll be there.
probably gonna go, Kip.
To the pre-con or
Yes.
to the meeting at night?
The 5 o'clock meeting.
Okay, the 5 o'clock, same thing. If we have more than 4, then I am going to have to post that. So just email me if you want. I'll send everybody an email out tomorrow. How about that? Just as a reminder with the dates and times, location, things of that.
Andrew, were you talking about the March 20th meeting? That's the public meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Kip, you were asking if anybody intended to come to the pre-con.
Yeah, anybody can come to that.
Right.
But again, if we have more than 4,
will-
talking the pre-con. You're talking the pre-con tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the
I
one
will-
I was asking about.
I will not,
Okay.
sorry, Scott, maybe I misspoke on that. I will not be at the pre-con tomorrow, but I'm planning on being at the meeting on the 20th.
Okay, yep, that's what I thought. you
Okay.
meant. All right,
So I'll send an email out tomorrow.
Great.
Just if anybody does want to come to that public meeting, just let me know. Yes or no, because like I said, if we do get 4, it's not a big deal. I can post it. But just to be legal, we do need to post that. So
Cool.
that's pretty much it for
Kip, the
project status
pre-con is
report.
that,
Pre-con
Kip, the
is,
pre-con is at the boat landing,
nope, pre-con is 1 o'clock at
weather
my
permitting?
office. My office.
or your office, okay. Got it.
Yeah, because there'll be everybody there.
Sure.
All the utilities, I don't know if Excel and, all them are going to be showing up. I know that they've been invited. But basically the contractor, I doubt any subs would be there, but it's just going to be a typical pre-con, walk through everything.
I would think EXO would be there it's on the same side of the bridge as that high pressure gas main.
They could be.
Yeah,
Cool.
Guys like Scott and I, these are kind of interesting. For the rest of you, they're probably not.
yeah.
Oh, is that Scott wants to go, great. You and Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
So
Thanks,
yeah, that's
guys.
all I had for status report.
Okay, great. Did anybody else have questions about anything on the project status report? Sounds like everything's kind of where it left off last time. Are we good?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Number 5, other business for informational purposes only or for an upcoming agenda. Hudson wastewater treatment plant. Clarifier magazine. What's going on?
So
Nice.
yeah, if you look in your packet, I photocopied everything just so everybody has a copy of it. We did that. That is our wastewater treatment plant on the cover of the Clarifier magazine this month.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations.
it's a pretty good honor. And then if you go through it, Jeremiah Went and Caleb Weber Caleb Weber was on site with SEH almost daily. So they kind of wrote this really nice article about the whole project, what they did, what the challenges that they had and kind of what we decided to go with and just a great article about it. So I just wanted you guys aware of that.
Very cool.
That we are in the Clarifier magazine is a magazine that actually goes out statewide to every single municipality in Wisconsin that has a wastewater treatment plant or a bunch of businesses that are signed up as part of the WWOA, which is the Wisconsin Wastewater Operators Association, is who puts this magazine out. So yeah, it's a very cool thing that we actually got on the cover of that, and there's some very nice photos inside of kind of parts of the plant that were redone and things like that. So hopefully you get a chance that you can kind of read that article and see what it's about.
Very cool.
So that was just for information.
That's
Kip,
awesome.
because this was such a taxpayer funded project and people are interested.
No, it wasn't. No. Please, you need to clarify that. There's zero.
Okay.
The utility never uses any tax money. zero
Oh.
tax money.
I'm talking about
It was
the,
a
the
It was
new
a
bill.
utility funded project.
But I think people are really interested. So if there's some
Correct.
way for you to get this out into the broader public.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it on the website. I know I did print everything off and we put it in some nice picture frames on the wall at the service center and things like that. So
Cool. Well, congrats to you and the entire utilities department, Kip. This is really awesome. It's been a long time coming. This is really cool to kind of read through this a little bit, and get recognized like this. So great job to you and everybody there too.
no, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's talk about the next big thing on here, huh? Let's hear about this award.
Yep. So the ACAC, which is the American Council of Engineering Companies, will be awarding SEH, who was our engineer on the project, with the 2024 Engineering Excellence Award for the wastewater treatment plant improvements at their awards banquet Friday, April 26, 2024 at the American Club in Kohler. So I kind of gave you just a real breakdown or just a brief breakdown of what they had on their website, just kind of on what they did. And SEH actually submitted all of that information. They submitted some, I believe, some videos, some drone videos, some different things. And from what I understand, they are going to be receiving the 2024 Engineering Excellence Award for wastewater treatment plant improvements. So,
Wow.
you know, that it's more of a SEH feather in their cap. But you know, working with the city and everything that we had to go through for 3 years to get that project done, obviously it's being recognized statewide as a project that was done well. Time wise, that we can argue a little bit, but we can blame COVID for that. So, but yeah, it's a good award for SEH. I mean, it's a great award for the engineering firm, but it also shows, you know, the commitment that Hudson has to the wastewater treatment and things of that nature for the city of Hudson and the village and the residents. So I just wanted everybody aware of that too.
I think it's also, you know, I agree with you. I think it's also important the fact that, you know, we do contract a lot of work out with SEH. I think we should also recognize, you know, having a strong partner like that does quality work. You know, that shouldn't be overlooked either. So while, you know, we definitely appreciate everything SEH does, you know, maybe they'll consider a significant discount on our next big project. I don't know.
I can ask. I can't guarantee that.
Asking never hurts anybody, Kip. You're good at asking.
Yeah, I ask every time every time we do a project, I ask.
That's right.
But
We should see if we can get a picture of that award and just say, hey man, this was so great. You guys got that.
right. So yeah, and you're right, Andrew. It is nice to see, you know, that they are being recognized, you know, around the state for this project and things like that. And it does make us, you know, Hudson, me especially, way more comfortable when we hire a quality engineering firm that obviously, you know, shows up in their work. So
Right.
yeah, it's congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Awesome.
I think it would be a good idea to have a press release on this so that the newspaper to do an article.
Yeah, once it's actually awarded. So yeah, then we'll get more response there, more details on everything and things of that nature. Okay. So I'm still kicking around actually going up to Kohler to see it and be present when they're there. But I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that yet. So see how it plays in the schedule.
Cool. Thanks, Kip.
Yep.
All right. Number 6, cash reports.
Cash reports are in your packets. Nothing's. Yeah, I mean they're cash reports. You've seen them.
Anybody have any questions on this?
Yeah, they're just informational.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Lastly, we have our utility payables. Discussion and possible action on claims.
Move to approve.
We have a second
I'll second.
I did.
question, Pat?
Well, I had a question about the almost $20,000 for the chopper pump.
What
What's your
page
question?
on, Pat?
Well, that's way at the end. There's this William Reed, well, it's the company that sells it. There's a chopper pump. Unless you're taking
for
that
down
to
at the
Sturgis.
wastewater?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a new, we have a pump go bad? Unless you're
Yeah,
going to
that's-
Sturgis in South Dakota in August with the chopper.
No. The chopper, that's actually part of our loadout system that was budgeted and that we had that is to put the wastewater onto the trucks is what that's for. So
Or to go to Ellsworth.
to go to Ellsworth, correct? Yeah.
Not to Sturgis.
Not to Sturgis.
Just
No.
so we're clear. Good question, Pat. We gotta make sure Kip's not getting new choppers or anything.
Right? I wish.
They're charging us for new teeth.
I wish. Yeah, that too.
Okay. Were there any more questions on this for anybody? I think everything on here looks good. I browsed through it a little bit earlier. All right, so if we're good, let's go back. We'll take a motion again. I believe utility payables. Did we have a motion on that?
I already moved to approve.
Joyce, do we have a second?
I moved to second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and we have adjournment.